Okay, throw me a snowball in chat when you can hear me. Yeah, a snowball is... Yeah, okay, great. Let's start. Okay, we'll go through the moves very quickly so we can get a general feel of what went on. Okay. Okay, now we can go back. Okay, is there a reason why you did this move? Yeah. Why did you exchange bishops? To make a Yagura. So you exchanged the bishop in order to make a square for your silver. Am I understanding you correctly? Okay. Now let's count the number of moves on the board, okay? How many moves did black make and how many moves did white make? Just on the board. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for white, and 1. Well, let me clear the arrows. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 for black, 6 for white, right? Oh, didn't you start out with the first move? So aren't you supposed to always be one ahead? How did you suddenly end up 2 moves behind? Yeah, a bit shocking, huh? Was it magic? So how did that occur? Yeah, it's black magic. Yeah. Okay, but do you know why that happened? Yes. Okay, so you moved this guy once, and then you moved it again. So you lost 2 moves. Okay. Because the bishop moved already, this is 1 move. And then when the bishop gets exchanged, then by you, then it's almost like initial that initial move that you invested in it, that's now gone. So yeah, there's a loss of time. That isn't good. Okay. So let me show you a way of getting into the Yagura without losing time. Okay, you notice the silver now can go to this square. Yes, since a bishop isn't there. And now the bishop gets out this way. And it can go here or here. Okay, so instead of staying on the long diagonal, it gets out this way, here, here. Okay? That way you don't really lose time. So something like this could happen, or this. Let's try it here. And see, the kings can go into their respective castles. Like that. Okay? Let's go back. So if you want to go into a Yagura, that's what you do. Okay, go ahead. Yep, ask away. That loses the bishop. No, I don't quite understand what you're asking. Let me give you sub-host. Okay. Or if I start, okay. What position were you talking about? Let me actually give you host. Okay. Yeah, you can move the pieces. Yeah, move the pieces and then let me see what you're thinking. Okay. Yeah. No, no, you don't do that. Yeah, yeah, this wasn't the move order, right? You would not want to move the silver. Uh, this was the second move. I mean, this was White's move. That's why we could do that. How do you know? How do you do Yagura if you? Okay, could I get host again? One way is you could close the bishop's diagonal like this, but it you have to be willing to go into a different type of opening because you could always go into an Ishida. Um, and then usually what happens is this side goes into, let's say, something like a Mukai Bisha, and this becomes Aifuri Bisha. It's a double Furi Bisha. Um, so at this juncture, you don't know whether or not he's going to play this move. So usually what happens is after 3-4 pawn, you don't go into a Yagura, but you play this instead. If you want to do Ibisha, then you play here. And then if he closes, you can start thinking about what you're going to do. If he plays this, then you can go into a Yagura by doing this and this. But after he closes his bishop, if he does something like this, going into a Furibisha, you don't want to go into a Yagura. Yes, it always depends on what the opponent is going to do. You can't just decide unilaterally, I want to play a Yagura. You could do that, but the result isn't going to be good depending on what the opponent does. So you always have to consider the opponent's side too, not just move things on your half of the board. But after this move, then you can go into Yagura. You see, he's kind of committed himself to a static rook. Yeah. What you did was fine to a point. This was also good. Here, you can exchange the bishops. So what you usually want to do is move a silver up here or here. The reason why is because after this, you notice that this gold isn't in a good position. This is bad shape. You'd rather have the silver there than the gold. Another reason why it's bad shape is that if you can't move the silver up here because it ends up making a hole here. Do you see that? Okay. And if instead of that, you move the silver here, you notice that the king can no longer go into that square. This silver is like a wall, is what you call a wall piece. So it blocks the king from going there. That's why this gold move isn't good. So in all likelihood, what you're going to have to do is repair the shape by moving this piece again, and then you lose time. You also allow him to exchange pawns if he threatens to exchange pawns like that. Now let's count the moves. He exchanged it here, right? So 1, 2, and then 3. So 3 for black, 1, 2, 3 for white, right? 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 against 3. And it's white's move, so that means that the number of moves hasn't changed. But yet, he initiated this exchange. Do you see why he didn't lose time? Whereas in the game continuation, your bishop exchange did lose time. So why did that happen? Yes. You invested a move, moving the bishop here. So after he exchanges it, it destroys that move that you spent. So he doesn't lose time at all. Okay. So let's say you do something like this. And if he does exchange here, you can capture here. And now you notice your shape is better. The silver is here instead of the gold. Okay. And there's 1, excuse me, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. 4 moves. 1, 2, 3, and it's white's move, so it'll be 4. So there's no gain or loss of moves in this situation. Okay. So you preserve your shape this way. And then you can do this or something like this. Okay. Okay, so he should have exchanged, but he let you out. So now, if he exchanges, then we end up in that situation that we looked at just now. But here, then you lost time. Lost 2 moves. Now it'd be better to do something like this, or push the pawn. Then you threaten to get your own play in. Okay, so already he's a bit ahead. Okay. Instead of moving the king here, maybe already you should do something like this. See, try to get play in. The game's going to be worse since you lost some time, but you should start thinking about getting your own play in. There is another reason why you just keep your king here is if, let's say he does the same kind of idea, you're able to pull the silver back here. This isn't an ideal situation, but right now you just have to kind of make do. But let's see what happened. Okay. Now, let's see, something like this. Or another idea is this. Okay. You put some pressure along the diagonal and you try to stop him from attacking easily. This move, it creates a target. See, he can do this. Now he wants to advance this silver. So now he's going to be able to play this next. See, like, he's probably going to do something to make the castle stronger. So let's say something like this. And if you do, let's say here, he can do this. Okay, threatening to take. So the only move here is to capture. And now how does he recapture? Well, what's the best way for him to recapture? Actually, in this situation, it might not be completely clean, or as clean as I'd like it to be. The reason why is that there's this pawn here. Yeah, typically what you want to do is take with the silver. But now the pawn is here. So you'd have to be careful about things like this. Although, yeah, this doesn't look so good. He's broken through on the edge. And now, you see, you can threaten to harass the rook like that. I don't know if it does that much, but Might do something like that. I think that guarantees breakthrough. Because next he's going to take here. Yeah, this is no good. So you want to. This is very thematic in the bogeying. Do you know what a bogeying is? Let me type it in chat. Bogeying. So bogeying. Have you heard of that before? Please add this one to your vocabulary list if you haven't already. Yeah. The first character, bo, is for pole, and the gin is, is a silver. So see, the silver came up, and it's supported by the rook. A lot of times in attacking formations, you'll see this bogeying, the silver and the rook combination. Notice it's almost like a pole. Sometimes they translate this as climbing silver, because the silver climbs up the board like that. If you look at it literally, it's a pole silver. So this silver wants to advance up the board and hopefully cause some damage. So one of the ways it can do that here, because this pawn is pushed, is like this. And then it sacrifices itself for the lance next. This is just thematic. So it's one of those things that's worth remembering, because it'll come up over and over again. Hello, Mr. Saito. Good to see you. Okay. But let's look at the attacking formation. You see, you have this and this, and compared to his side, he has this and this, plus this move in. So whose attacking force is stronger? His or yours? Oh, I'm talking to Blake. His right. And that's one of the direct consequences of losing time. So you lost 2 moves in the opening, right? So that means that you gave him 2 moves in order to speed up his attack. So even though it happened early in the game, it affected you at this point. It hurts you later on in the game. You may not lose immediately, but it hurts you later on. Yeah. So already this is kind of worrying. Let's see what happened. Now this move, as we discussed in before, it helps his attack. You're moving a defensive piece and you're saying, oh, here, I'll allow you to advance your silver. When he's attacking, he wants this silver to advance. So you're helping out his cause by doing this. Okay, and now he does this. Another thing he could do is simply take. Okay. But yeah, this is fine. Another consideration is this. He has a lot of options. The reason why is here, and then does this, and you can also threaten like this. So he has options. A wide attacking front. There's threats on the 7th file, the 8th file, and on the edge. That is not good. When opponents have a lot of options like that, it usually means that something is seriously wrong has happened. And conversely, what you want to do is have a broad attacking front yourself. You only have this here, so not as many options. So you can tell, yeah, something seriously wrong happened. Okay. Now, let's see. As smooth as possible. That's okay. This move also looks okay. Uh, hmm. You just give him a pawn, right? Yeah. Maybe you have to just do this. This is very scary. See, your king's right along on that open file. So maybe here you just have to do this. The problem is you might have a move like this. Then you can take here. See, since the bishop is protecting. Another move he has is this. That also looks very strong. Okay, he threatens to take here next. So you take here and takes here. And then now if this, what move can you play? Notice everything is coordinating beautifully. There's this, and there's this. So what move does he have? He actually has two different moves that he can play. Both of them look promising. Uh, Saito 197, what do you think? Mm, yeah, you could involve the lance, but it's a bit slow. There's something that'll cash in immediately. Um, when you're attacking, do you want to move your pieces forward or backwards? One of the number one rules in attacking play that I try to teach: if you don't have to retreat your attacker, don't retreat it. So as much as possible, you do not want that silver to go back. Yes. So the two moves are, you can sacrifice the bishop like this, or you can take like this. I mean, this is perfect coordination for him. Let's look at this silver takes first. If here takes like this, right? This guy falls. He's attacking this. He's also threatening to take here. And then like this. So your position falls apart pretty quickly. The other variation is this. This also looks really good. If he takes here, you can grab this silver, right? So he just won a piece. This also looks really good. The reason why he can't take this is now that the gold is no longer defending the square, he busts through on the 8th file, like here. And then down this way. And he drops the gold here. Rook must take. And now there's check here. See, this is completely bust. He takes like this. And then if here, you know, he could take that. There might be a way for him to attack immediately. Let's see. He could. This looks possible. Because after the silver moves, he can drop the knight here. He doesn't have to worry about this this dragon being taken because this other one will replace it right after. He's thinking about speed over material now. So this move is very severe because he threatens to take here next. Yeah. So yeah, those two ways of attacking. Here or here. Okay. Okay, let's see what happened. Okay, now yeah, this is already much worse. Why can't silver take pawn? You mean here? Why can't silver take pawn? Here? What position are you referring to? Oh no, in that variation. This one? How did we end up in that? What? Oh, wait. Oh, this variation? Is this the position that you're thinking? Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'll give you host and then you can set the position up. Here, you can move the pieces. Why would you take that pawn? I'm not sure which pawn it is. We do have a slight lag. I think about a 7-second lag, so sometimes it's difficult to tell what the people in chat are referring to. Oh, that one. Ah, yeah. Sure, sure. Could I get host again? Oh, no, no, you don't drop it there. Right now the moves are this or this. Okay. Like here, remember? Do you mean this pawn? Like this? Is this a position? Okay. Yeah. The main idea behind this move is that you want to displace the silver. Whether he takes it or not, the silver is going to be displaced. Can silver just take? Yes, he can, but then that opens this up. You see, you want to make a situation where the silver can't take the knight, because taking the gold next is going to be very, very severe. If takes like this, you don't take back immediately. You take this gold because there's a threat mate here. So what is this gold going to do? If he moves like this, then I don't know. One thing you could do is here takes there. This looks kind of severe. If here or here, then this gold would drop. He's just going to take the gold. So if this, then check here. And then this gold is going to be lost. You see, if he runs back here, then there's mate like that. See, this rook defends this way. If gold takes, then there's two things he could do. One is this, but the easier of these two is just to take this one. Just sacrifice the rook, and then see, this is threatened, right? So the reason why he can sacrifice the rook like that is because his king is very safe. That's why you want to keep your king safe when you're attacking. You don't have to worry about counterattacks as much. If this, then he can also do the same thing here and then drop the pawn here. This knight is doing a lot. That's why it was important to get it in. If the silver runs here, then the knight comes up here again, and you end up in a similar situation as the previous one. So the silver has to do something, otherwise this will come in. Uh, he could take this. He could also do this. This is very, very severe. Uh, yeah, you actually don't want to, you don't want to do this. The reason why is that the knight is going away from the king. If at all possible, you want to keep it. You see it striking around this area right in front of it. By king, do you mean king? Yeah. So the direction of play is right here, in this area and this area, around here. So if at all possible, you don't want the knight to go here. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it is a possibility if nothing else works. But as it is, you definitely have enough to keep attacking right in front of the king, so that's why you do it. Yeah. Okay. Does that answer your question about the pawn move, or the pawn draw? Do you have any more questions about this variation? Is that a no? Okay, good. Okay. So the rest of the game, I think we don't really need to go over. Yeah, yeah, here, this allowed the fork, like here. Whoops, not there, here. 5-5. So there and there. Okay. You want to play it immediately because this move allows this, right? So there's no longer that fork. Okay. And yeah, see this fork here. So now you have to just do that. Okay, and the rest of the game was kind of straightforward. Um, let's do a final recap of this. Okay. Okay, so I'll ask you a series of questions and then you'll answer them. Uh, what was problematic about this move? Are you still there? Okay. Yeah, the bishop moved once and then exchanged itself, so it ended up losing time. Okay, so that's one. Now, next question. If you want to go into a Yagura, uh, can you do it unilaterally after this move? Or should you do it unilaterally after this move? Make a Yagura as black. Right. It all depends on what the opponent does, right? So whenever you play an opening, you don't just concentrate on your half of the board. You always look at what the opponent is doing. So your castle, your choice of castle is going to depend on where the opponent places his rook. If he moves it here, you don't want to go into Yagura. So what move should you play if you want to go into Yagura? Do you agree with that, Blake? Saito, would you be able to whisper me your answers? Yeah, right. You do this. The reason why is because you don't want the bishop to go here, right? Okay. And at this point, what move should you play? Saito, could you please whisper your answers to me? That way Blake can't see it. Yeah. The move that uh, you could consider is, remember, just moving the silver. 6/6 pawn is okay, but if you're going to play in the way that you did, it's better to keep the bishop's diagonal open. So you can do that by moving the silver up. Why do you want to move this silver here? Do you know? Okay. Move does take away castling, but if he pushes his silver and lets me defend, if you take. Yeah. The reason why is that you want to avoid bad shape. And yeah, he can recapture with the silver. In the game, he had a chance to give you bad shape like this, right? Remember? In a bad shape. And we want to avoid bad shape, right? That's also a possibility. This is also a possibility with a similar idea. Okay, and I think the last thing that I want to go over is just the moves around the king. What's objectionable about this pawn move? Um, the reason is because it allows an edge attack. Okay. So you don't want to give him that option. This edge pawn push, yeah, it allows the pawns to come into contact with each other. And what do you call this attacking formation? What's the name of it? Bogin, yeah. Good. Okay, and why was this bad? I think that's going to be the final question I'm going to ask for today. Yes, Saito, that is correct. Yeah, it speeds up his attack, and you're also creating a weakness around your king. Yeah, so as a defender, a defending move, it just fails on all counts. Yeah. Okay. Did you have any other questions about this game? You have a question at move 63. Let's see. Yep. What was it? Yes. It's good to know a different types of fortresses and openings. If he drops a pawn on 6-3, like this. Yes, you're very welcome, Blake. He's gonna take it, right? He just takes it. See, he's gonna promote here next if he take the lance. No, it doesn't. it doesn't delay your attack. Your attack just goes right along. It does nothing. That pawn drop did nothing to slow you down at all. I mean, because what is he going to do now? Because if this, then this, right? Here, then oh, you have so many things you can do. One is this. Another is simply takes here. Both of them look pretty good. Another idea is this. Yeah, this is 100% winning. I actually like this. And then you take here. Threat mate like this. If you do something, let's say, like here, you just keep attacking. Threaten to take here or here. Yeah, this is just losing. If here, promote here and then mate like that. Silver 7-9 where? What point? Instead of pawn block. Silver 7-9. Like this, you just take it. So you mate, yeah. If he takes like this, you take here, check. And if this, what do you see? How to mate black? Hi, Spinal Tap Chess. Thank you for joining us today. Do you see a mate? Remember rule number 1 of attacking, you do not want to retreat your attacking piece when it's being attacked. You want to keep going straight forward as much as possible. So how can you finish him off? Gold 9-7. No, that would be slow. There's a very, very fast move. Lance 9-7. No. Okay, have a good night, Blake. Take the lance. That won't be Tsume. There's actually a Tsume here. But yes, taking the lance would, wait, takes, check. Yeah, taking the lance would win, but there's actually a tsume here. You see, taking the lance wouldn't be with check. So let's try and finish him off in a very accurate way. This is why you should practice tsume shogi, because you end up seeing these things very, very quickly. Certain themes go Rook 9, 8. He's gonna take it with his. He's gonna take with the lance, right? Like here. Eight, 9. Yes, that's correct. Because if takes here, grab here, and then no matter what, if he blocks it, then it's pinned. So there's mate like here. If he moves away, then there's gold drop here. So to put up more resistance, what he might do is this. And then now, and check here. If king runs here, and there's this promotion here. And if interpose, there's mate like that. If king runs up here, then there's mate here. So he might do like this. Then what? What would be the next move? Eight dragon check. If here, there, check, up, check. Yeah, that could work. That could work. Because if here, then there's this. If interpose, then there's mate this way. So yeah, that does work. Okay. Another way to go is this. It mates a little bit faster. If here, then this. And if here, then this, right? Yeah. Good. Okay. All right. So I guess that's it for today. I want to thank all of the viewers and people who participated in chat today for joining us today. If you if you enjoyed this stream and learned something from it, and wish to support it, you can contact me at alexi2539@gmail.com. We're also very happy to hear your comments and suggestions. So have a good night. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.